let's do the little deals first. Tigers today busy. They get Cespedes. He's going to play well in that lineup. I know it's a big ballpark, but with Victor there and with Cabrera there, he'll like that. You know, he can be sort of the blend-in guy. And then Simon, who had a wonderful first half, awful second half. So they get Cespedes for the outfield, and I guess in their eyes, they use Simon to fill in the shoes that Porcello leaves, correct?
Yeah. He's just playing to needs here, and a lot of guys who are a year away from free agency, like Porcello, like Simon, and it's just, you know, the Tigers went into this thing, and we need one more bat. And this is a big power bat. The Red Sox have a surplus of outfielders, so let's go do a deal. This has been what Bill Veeck envisioned the winter meetings being, just a bunch of baseball people getting together and talking. In fact, the Tigers and the Reds started doing a deal because Dombrowski and Jocketty had hotel rooms across the hall from one another. They meet in the hall, and lo and behold, 48 hours later, they do a trade.
All right, now let's talk about the prospects of Cincinnati. They traded 2 pitchers today. As long as it keeps Cueto, I'm okay with that. Latos goes to Miami, and obviously Simon. They got 2 prospects back. What do we know? These prospects I know are highly ranked. We know prospects are prospects. You never know. But are these too much sought after prospects the Reds got in return?
Yeah, especially Suarez, the young infielder. He's a guy played
from Detroit.
Yeah, played very well for them at times. And Miami's loaded. Miami has guys to give. But I think what Walt Jocketty would want us to know is that he's plans for Zach Cozart to be a shortstop on opening day. Very good defensive shortstop. They need him to hit a little more, but it gives them an option. It
does. Okay, so we get those 2 teams out of the way. Royals today with Morales. They give him a 2-year contract. You know what? That's not terrible. Butler leaves. Morales can still hit. You know, I know it's a big ballpark, and, you know, last year he missed, you know, the first 3 months of the season because of that contractual scenario. I mean, it's the sort of move that could work out. How about Morales with Kansas City?
Yeah, I agree with you. It's going to work out, and he's a good fit there. He's a good fit in the clubhouse. He's going to probably maybe hit a few more home runs than Billy Butler did, but it allows him to keep the momentum going. They don't lose anything. Chris, that's what teams like the Royals have to do. They have to go through the bargain basement.
And hope they get lucky.
Yeah, they're not going to bid for the high-end guys. You have to use good baseball judgment and make a baseball decision.
Yeah, I have no problem with that with Morales. Him and Butler, maybe that's a wash. Right? The Marlins with Latos. Now, listen, you know, Latos, to me, he's always missed a little something. He's got this big arm. You know, you like what he's got. Delivery looks like a big-time pitcher.
But against,
yeah, he is. And he was bad against for the Padres down the stretch in 2010 when the Giants caught him. He was awful in the postseason series for Cincinnati when Posey hit the grand slam off him. So I always wonder, when the stage gets bigger, can he respond? How about Latos? Now, he's from Miami, so he's going to love it there. How about Latos with the Marlins?
Yeah, and also let's keep in mind that he's going from one of the most hitter-friendly parks in baseball to one of the most pitcher-friendly ballparks. And I think they just feel like they're reinventing it in Miami, that Giancarlo Stanton's going to lead the way, that D. Gordon's going to be a dynamic presence. They are I had a long talk with Jeffrey Lurie, the owner, last night. They are very excited about this, and they feel he adds to their arsenal of power arms since Jose Fernandez may not be back into the All-Star break, or a little before that. They like what they got going in Miami.
They do. They got a chance, no question about it. All right, will the Nationals trade Jordan Zimmerman?
I think not. I think they're listening. I think Mike Rizzo would like to do something big. I think he would listen on a lot of guys. But at the end of the day, you don't have to do anything. You probably have a top 3 team in baseball with the core you have. So just keep it going right there. But he's always listening, like Billy Beane, so don't count them out.
Do you think they will go out there and re-sign Zimmerman? Does Zimmerman want to stay in Washington? They have money, and the agents are pretty good. Close is excellent. Will they come out, maybe not before this year, but you think Zimmerman long-term is going to stay with the Washington Nationals?
Well, I think that's problematic because I think you look at the money that's been thrown around. And
then they got to trade him then.
Yeah, and then pitchers, well, you think you can win the World Series, you go all in.
Got to get Scherzer, so then you trade Simon.
Right.
Trade Zimmerman.
But when agents see the money that's being thrown around, you think, why not take the guy into free agency and see? But you're right. The Nationals have money. They have deep pockets. They'll make every effort to sign him.
All right, Cole Hamels. We just had Jim Salisbury on. He thinks he's going to be pitching opening day on April 6th in Philly. You agree with that?
I do, because teams that have talked to the Phillies have had no indication that he's available. And what teams like the Red Sox knew is, if we're going to get him, we're going to have to overpay, and they were going to have to go deep into their farm system and didn't want to do it. And they said, hey, let's take a chance on Rick Porcello, Justin Masterson, and go line up and play.
I don't like their pitching, but that's for another day. And I think, listen, to me, the 2 winners here at the winter meetings are obviously the Cubs with Lester. White Sox, too. I can't. Chicago, the city of Chicago.
Won. Right.
They won, and I think San Diego did. They gave up, to me, nothing. They gave up a couple of minor league pitchers. Who cares? They gave up the catcher who really hasn't distinguished himself as a big offensive player. And they get Kemp in here, who I didn't know he has a home in San Diego, which he does. He had a great second half. He's going to have a big chip on his shoulder. I'll show them they made a mistake. He can be the poster boy in this city, beautiful ballpark. I think San Diego, they had to do something. I think the Padres came out big time here today.
Yeah, he looked like the old Matt Kemp. You know, he missed 185 games the 2 previous years, but down the stretch he looked like Matt Kemp. He was running better. My question would be, what's he going to be in center field, right field, wherever they play him? Is he going to be able to run? I think on the other side, the two teams that we just don't know yet, Dodgers and A's, they're taking it apart and putting it back together, and it'll be fascinating to see what the opening day result is on those two.
Hey, listen, I don't have any problem with Kendrick and Rollins. I think the Dodgers did a good job there. I don't, so Kendrick for D. Gordon, I can fine with. Rollins will be motivated. I don't understand Brendan McCarthy, $48 million. I know he's a fourth starter and it's only money, but I don't understand that. And the A's, I can't figure it out. The A's need to go out there and they need to build a fan base that's going to love that team and love some players there year after year after year. And I've said it for 2 weeks. I'm going to say it again. The problem with the Oakland A's is the star of the team is the GM. And when the star of the team is the GM, you are going to have issues on a year. Now, I know you win every year. You gave me all this stuff. But that's a problem if you want to build a juice there, stadium, get a new ballpark, and Billy Bean's your star on a year-on-year basis. I got a problem with that.
Well, I am his biggest fan.
Oh, you are? Boy, the media loves him.
I have so much admiration. I was in his suite the other night, and it looked like a mad scientist, sandwich wrap.
That's his problem. We don't want to. Don't be a mad scientist.
The way he looked at it is, look, we were going to lose 2 guys. We were going to lose Samardzija. We were going to lose Hamill. We were 11 games behind the Angels. We had to do something bold. He did it 3 years ago, traded 3 All-Stars, traded 3 All-Stars this time. Last time, won 94 games. So we'll see. He had to replenish the farm system. I know this. I know everyone thinks they're going to take a step back. Chris, he's the most competitive person you will ever meet. They are now going to be in an acquisition mode. It'll be fascinating to see what they look like on opening day.
Well, the media loves Billy Bean. You guys, were you in the movie, the Moneyball?
I like Andrew Friedman. I like Billy. I like watching the way they work, and I like the fact that they're unafraid. They don't get married to fall in love with their own players.
Well, see, he can be unafraid. He's in Oakland. Nobody's going to give him any hard time. He does this in New York. They be raising Cain left and right.
Well, at the end of the day, all you have to do is win. That silences everyone if you win. And they have a great track record. Listen, 8 playoff appearances with a bottom 5 payroll.
Can he win? Can he win a series, please? Can he win a playoff series?
He knows.
Can he win one? I love you.
Thank you.